everyone, welcome back to Mobility Monday. I'm just about to start my workout for today, so I hope that you will join me for that, and then please stick around because immediately after the workout we're going to be doing our weekly Monday mobility challenge. All I'm using today is this park bench, so if you want to take your workout to the park with me today, great. If you want to stay at home, a plyo box will also work, of course, but you can also use a chair as long as your chair is strong enough to support your entire body weight, sturdy enough so that it won't collapse or break or fold up on you when you step up onto it, and stable so that it cannot slide from underneath you. Any elevated surface will work as long as it is strong enough, sturdy enough, and stable enough to be used safely, so use what you've got. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So the first exercise I'm going to be doing is a push-up with my hands elevated on the bench. So I'm just going to have my hands flat on the bench. I'm going to extend my legs out behind me. You want to make sure that your body is in one perfectly straight line. So make sure that your back is flat. Don't allow your hips or your belly to droop down like this, causing an arch in your back. Tighten up your abs. Use your ab muscles to lift your hips high and keep them high. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears, so do not allow yourself to kind of sink down into your shoulders like this. Press the bench away from you. Push yourself up as high as you can so that your shoulders are away from your ears, and make sure that your head is in line with your spine. So don't allow your head to drop down like this. You don't need to overcorrect by hyperextending your neck and jutting your chin out. Just want your head perfectly up and down, or straight up and down in line with your spine, like you're standing with your back up against the wall and just gently pressing the back of your head into the wall. And then from there, all you're going to do is bend your elbows and lower your chest as close to the bench as you can without breaking that straight line from your heels to your shoulders. And then press the bench away from you, straightening your arms and pushing yourself back up to your starting position. So once you've found that perfect plank position, just make sure that nothing moves. And that's it. That's our first exercise. For our second exercise, we're going to stay right here, starting in this plank position with our hands elevated on the bench. And we're going to do mountain climbers. So you're just going to bend one knee and tuck your knee in towards your chest, then jump and switch the legs. So jumping one leg out as the other knee tucks in towards your chest. Super simple. And one final exercise in this first little section of the workout is toe taps. So I'm just going to tap my toe on the bench and then jump and switch the legs. All right, super simple. If you don't want to jump, you can eliminate the jumping on both the toe taps and the mountain climbers. You can just tuck one knee, place the foot back down, tuck the other knee, and place the foot back down. Instead of jumping to switch the legs, same thing on the toe touches. You can just tap, return to your starting position, tap, put the foot down, instead of jumping and switching the legs at the same time. All right, whatever works for you is fine, but that's going to be part one. For part two, I'm going to be stepping up onto the park bench, and then we're going to do a deadlift, then we'll step back down and do a reverse lunge. So it's going to look like this. You're going to step up onto the bench with one foot. Now press your heel into the bench to stand. And then from here, I'm going to do a deadlift. So make sure that your shoulder blades are tucked into your back pockets. You want your shoulders back and down, chest lifted high. Make sure your abs are super strong and tight and engaged. You're going to hinge at the hips, so pushing your booty back, keeping your chest lifted so your spine stays nice and elongated. You want to maintain a flat back as you come down into your deadlift. So for our push-ups, we were trying to avoid an arch in the back. For our deadlifts, we're trying to avoid the opposite of that. You want to avoid allowing your back to round like this. So make sure you're tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Shoulders are back and down. Keep that chest lifted high. Push the booty back, keeping your back flat and keeping the weight in your heel as you hinge at the hips. Come down and tap the table if you can. Make sure there's a slight bend to your standing knee. Do not actively try to straighten this knee. Don't lock out your knee. All right, we're not going for a straight leg. You want a soft bend in this knee, and then press into your heel, hinge at the hips to stand. Then we're going to step down and then I'm going to take this front foot, swing it behind me, bend both knees, and come down into a lunge. And then I'm going to go right into my next rep. We're staying on one leg the entire time. So step up, hinge at the hips for your deadlift, hinge at the hips to stand. Step down, reverse lunge. Step up, deadlift, step down, reverse lunge. All right, and that's it. That's the only exercise we're doing for part 2. So now here's how it all fits together. For part 1, we're going to be on 2 intervals. There's no designated rest interval, but we're going to be on 6-second intervals and 9-second intervals times 16 rounds. That's 4 minutes. So with each 6-second interval, we're going to do 1 push-up. And if you have any time remaining of that 6-second interval, you can rest. Then with each 9-second interval, we're going to be doing either mountain climbers or toe taps. So it's going to look like this. We're going to start with our 6-second interval. So with your 6-second interval, you'll do 1 push-up, and then you'll stay here. Then the timer's going to beep. That's the beginning of our 9-second interval. So with that 9 seconds, you're going to do as many mountain climbers as you can. As soon as the timer beeps again, that's our 6-second interval. So again, you'll do 1 push-up, then jump or step the feet in and stand. And with your next 9-second interval, you're going to do toe taps, as many reps as you can, and then you'll go back to push-ups, or 1 push-up. So with your next 6-second interval, you'll do your 1 push-up, stay here, and then with the next 9-second interval, mountain climbers, then 1 push-up, and then toe taps. So each 6-second interval is 1 push-up. Each 9-second interval is going to be going back and forth between mountain climbers and toe taps. And we're going to do that for 4 minutes. It's ridiculously hard. So just do your best. There's no designated rest interval. So if you need to pause and rest here and there, that's what you should do. But the goal is to just keep moving through that entire 4 minutes. But that's it. That's part 1. And then for part 2, we're just going to do 20 reps of our step up, deadlift, and reverse lunge combo that I just showed you. 20 reps on one side and then 20 reps on the other side. And that's it. If you're very pressed for time today, you can just do that much and that'll take you less than 10 minutes. So that's fine. I'm going to be doing 4 rounds. So I'm going to then go back and repeat part 1 and part 2 another 3 times, and that's it. That's my workout. So you can just do 2 rounds if you want. You can do 3 rounds, or you can do all 4 rounds with me. It depends on how much time you have and how taxing this is for you. But with our 4 minutes and our 40 reps, you know me, so it's got to be 4 rounds. Please remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and of course I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how everything fits together, if you have any questions about any of these exercises, or if you have any doubts about how to do the exercises correctly, please just ask. It's very important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. I'm always here to help facilitate that, so do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. If you do not have a park bench readily available to you, and you do not have a plyo box, again, you can use a chair. Just please make sure that you're being smart and being safe. Use your common sense. Make sure that your chair is well built and well made. It has to be able to support your entire body weight, not just when you sit on it, but when you're standing on it. It also needs to be sturdy. So don't use a folding chair or like anything that's collapsible or anything that's in poor condition that might collapse or fold up or break when you stand on it. And make sure that your chair is stable, meaning that it cannot slide from underneath you. So when I use a chair for exercises like this, I'll always place my chair on top of a yoga mat or an exercise mat just to help it stay put. But again, any type of elevated surface that is strong enough to support your entire body weight, sturdy enough so that it will not collapse or break or fold up when you put weight on it, and stable enough so that it cannot slide from underneath you will work. So get creative and use what you've got. I hope I've covered everything. Please remember, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to go at your own pace and work to your own level. Please do not push your body into doing anything it is not ready to do, and please make sure that you are not sacrificing your form for speed. The goal is to do the reps as quickly as possible, but with good form. It's always better to slow down and do your reps with excellent form than it is to race through the workout and start getting sloppy with your form. So please make sure that you are just working to your own level and that you are not sacrificing your form for speed. If you're ready to go ahead and begin the workout, grab a chair, place it on top of an exercise mat so that it stays put, or grab a plyo box if you have one, that's even better. A weight bench will also work. Maybe you can use a staircase, or if you want to take your workout to the park with me, a park bench is obviously perfect. And then pause the video, get dressed, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll get into the workout. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. You're not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. You're just resting your hand on top of your head. Your arm is completely relaxed, and you're just allowing gravity to do all the work of gently stretching the opposite side of your neck. Now we'll switch sides, so allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Don't pull, just letting the weight of your arm do all the work of stretching your neck. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to begin by allowing your chin to fall towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start to feel your head getting heavier and heavier as your range of motion increases. Your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll, and by the end, you're just allowing your entire torso to fall in front of you. Next, we're going to do shoulder rolls. So just rolling the shoulders back. Make nice big circles with your shoulders as big as you can. Really explore your full range of motion. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So you're going to extend your arms out to the side and start by just making small circles, but gradually as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you're making your circles as big as you can, exploring your full range of motion. Next, you're going to step your feet out so that they're just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend the knees and sweep your hands down in front of you. As you straighten the legs, you're reaching up towards the sky. Each time you bend your knees, just start to feel your range of motion expand a little bit, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now leave your feet planted right where they are. We're going to lunge side to side. Nice and easy. You can add the arms. Wake up those shoulders. Just reaching across your body with each lunge. It should feel like you're trying to throw your arm all the way to the other side of the park. Next, we're going to march in place. So just step the feet in and march, starting with the knees low. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Feel a little stretch in your glutes. Next, we're just going to do a nice light jog. Again, starting with your knees low, but gradually driving those knees up higher and higher towards your chest until you're driving your knees up as high as you can. Next is booty kicks. So still just a nice light jog, but with each step, you're bringing your heel up behind you, trying to kick yourself in the booty cheek with your heel. Now for this next one, if you struggle with balance, you can hold on to your bench or the wall or a chair for support. You're going to pick up one foot and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose. You can start low, and then gradually start expanding your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Other side. So pick up the other foot and just swing the leg front and back. Next, we're going to stay right here. You're going to extend one foot out in front of you and then bring it around and behind you, just drawing a little semicircle. With each semicircle, I'm lifting my leg higher and higher. And then finally, for the last two, I'm going to drive my knee up towards my chest and use my hand to guide it around for a hip circle. Other side. So extending the opposite leg out in front of you, making a semicircle, bringing the leg around and behind you, lifting that leg a little higher each time, and for the last two, driving that knee up towards your chest, using your hand to guide it around, finishing with a quick hamstring stretch. So try to keep your back as flat as you can in this stretch so that you isolate your hamstrings more effectively. And just breathe. And that's it. That's our 5-minute warm-up. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into part one. This is 4 minutes of super high intensity, so do your best. I am starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. This is our 6-second interval to do one push-up. Now, stay right here. With this next 9-second interval, you're going to do as many mountain climbers as you can. Now one push-up, and with the remainder of your 6-second interval you can rest, but now with this next 9-second interval, going to do as many toe taps as you can. Mountain climbers. first 4 minutes. So now we're gonna move on to part 2. This is our step up, one leg deadlift, reverse lunge combo. 20 reps on one side, and then 20 reps on the other side. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm not going to bother timing this, but you can if you want. But I'm starting now in 3, 2, 1. So step up, hinge at the hips for that one leg deadlift. Now step down, reverse lunge. That's 1. Same leg. Step up, deadlift. Step down, reverse lunge. That's 2. We're going to 20, so just do your best. done with round one. All right, that's 20. So that's our first round. If you're super pressed for time today, you can actually stop right there. That was a really intense little workout. So if that's all you're doing today, just go ahead and do your bonus burpee and then skip ahead in the video, do a quick cool down with me, and then please stick around for this week's mobility challenge. And after that, you can go have a shower, eat some lunch, and get on with the rest of your day. If you're continuing on with me, I'm going to be doing a total of 4 rounds. You can do 2 rounds or 3 rounds, or you can do all 4 with me if you want. If you need to pause and rest for a minute so you can towel off and get a sip of water, pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into round 2. So I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. Starting with 6 seconds to do 1 push-up. Now stay here. 9 seconds of mountain climbers. Now another 6 seconds to do 1 push-up. Jump or step the feet in. Toe taps for 9 seconds. Keep going. that that 4 minutes is absolutely brutal. I'm doing it with you, so I'm well aware of the brutality. All right, I'm just taking a good couple of minutes before I start part 2, because I want to let my heart rate come down a little bit, and I want my breathing to normalize just a little bit. Even though this part 2 is kind of our recovery, it's still hard work, it's still taxing for my legs, so I just want to make sure that I have enough strength and enough stamina so that I can continue with good form. You want to challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. You should only continue once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina to continue with good form. So if you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. Starting on part 2 right now. Step up, deadlift, step down, reverse lunge. That's 1. 2, we're going to 20. 10. If it's too difficult to do all 20 reps on one side before switching, you can do 10 and 10 and then go back and repeat 10 and 10. It's up to you. Whatever you need to do to get it done. The point is, we're doing a total of 40 reps. So as long as you end up doing 20 reps on each leg, doesn't matter how you get there. 12. 16, 17, just 3 more. 18, push, final 2 reps. 19, last one. Fight for that balance. And 20. Shake out the legs. Couple more deep breaths. And as soon as you're ready, Let's repeat that. 20 reps on the other leg. Goal is to keep this leg elevated, or keep this foot elevated the whole time, except for when you're on the ground. That's 5. But the goal is to not have to tap your foot down here or here. Obviously, that's 6. If you need to check your balance, that's what you're going to do. It's preferable to tap your foot down than to like fall over. That's 7. So check your balance if you need to, but really fight for that balance. Fight to not have to tap that foot down if you can. That's 8. 9 and 10. 10 more. Keep going. Especially as you fatigue, it gets harder and harder to hold on to your balance. That's 15. And this side is always more difficult for me. 5 more. So, I had to check my balance a few times. It's okay. 16. 17. 18. 19. Last one. And 20. All right, so that's round 2. I'm sorry that you had to just like stare at the trees for that round. You guys, it's a little windy out here and my tripod is broken, so I have it kind of like rigged to stay put, but it's not really secure, so the wind kind of like blew it, and I had already started my second round, so I didn't notice, but luckily you had already seen round 1, so you know what it looks like. Yeah, what can I tell you? I'll try to keep a better eye on my phone so that if it happens again, I can fix it faster, but what are you gonna do? All right, regardless, you guys, that's round 2. I would shoot it again so that the video came out better, but I already have to do this twice more, and that's plenty for me. So we're just gonna deal with my head bobbing up and down for round 2, and that's all you saw of it. So sorry. All right, if that's all you're doing, great. That was super tough. That was a great workout. So again, if you're stopping here, do your bonus burpee, skip ahead, do a quick cool down with me, and then stick around for the mobility challenge. And then make sure you're taking a good 15 or 20 minutes to stretch before you have your shower, eat some lunch, and get on with the rest of your day. If you are continuing on with me, we're going to do the whole thing twice more, okay? It's all about 4s today. 4 minutes, 40 reps, 4 rounds. So if you are ready to begin round 3, here we go. If you need a break, pause the video, towel off, get a sip of water. As soon as you're ready, here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. One push-up. Mountain climbers. One push-up. Toe taps. Can't even talk. I know it was super hard the first time, And it gets harder and harder each time. But that was our third time. We only have to do it once more. First, we're going to repeat part 2. Couple more deep breaths. If you don't need the rest break, just keep going. Go right into part 2. I'm just giving myself like a minute or two to allow my breathing to normalize just a little bit. Let my heart rate come down just a little bit. So again, if you need a longer rest break, pause the video. Come back when you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and start part 2 right now. Five. 20. Rest for a few seconds if you need to. If not, let's get right into the other leg. 5 more. And then we're done with round 3. Is that 16 or 17? I'm not sure. Let's call it 16. Let's say this is 17. I'll do 3 more. Call that 18. This might be 20, but I'm calling it 19. I'm gonna do 1 more. Might have lost track of my count at some point. And once I get that thought in my head that I might have skipped a rep, I will not be able to get rid of it until I scratch that itch in my brain by doing 1 more rep. So that might have been 21 reps on this side, but that's fine. This is my weaker leg, so it's fine if I do a couple more reps on this side. And I would rather know that it's possible that I may have done 1 extra rep than to spend the rest of the workout preoccupied thinking that I didn't do the right amount of reps, that I only did 19 instead of 20. So that's just me. All right, that's round 3. I feel like I can go ahead and start round 4. This is our 4th and final round. But again, if you've had enough, do your bonus burpee. Remember, the workout is not officially complete until you have done your bonus burpee, so do your bonus burpee. Skip round 4. Use the chapter markers to skip ahead to the cool down. Do a quick cool down with me. And then you can try our weekly Monday mobility challenge. Then do your stretching, have a shower, eat some lunch, and get on with the rest of your day. If you are continuing on and doing round 4 with me, this is our final round. Alright, you guys, that time the whole tripod fell over. So, message received. I will get a new tripod. This one's fine at home, but out here on like uneven ground and in the wind, it's not working out so well for me, but it's all right. We're gonna get this done. That was our 3rd round. We have just 1 more round left to go. So I've had a little bit of a break while I had to try to like readjust everything. So I feel pretty much ready to go ahead and start round 4. It's gonna be super tough, but I feel ready. So if you feel ready, let's get started. If you need a little bit longer rest break, again, pause the video, get a sip of water, towel off, and when you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina, let's get this 4th and final round done. All right, it's gonna be super tough, but we got this. It's just 4 minutes, so just keep telling yourself that. Do your best, rest if you need to, but do your best to power through. Here we go, starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. don't have to do that anymore. That was our fourth and final round of part one. Now we just have to repeat part two one final time, and that's it. That's the workout. Just gonna give myself another, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds before I begin. So just a couple more deep breaths. If you need to rest longer, hit pause, come back when you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and start part two now. Last one. That's 20. All right, we made it. Home stretch. Just 20 reps left to go. Just giving myself a good 30, 45 seconds here. Shake up the legs. Take a couple of deep breaths. All right, as soon as you're ready, let's push through. Finish up with these final 20 reps. So switching legs, step up, deadlift, and reverse lunge. 5. That's 10. This is 20. I also feel like, again, on this side, it's hard to focus. I might have skipped one, so I'm going to do one more just to make sure that this will be my final rep. That's at least 20. And that's round 4. That's the workout. Amazing job. That was super tough. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just one rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So since I'm using the bench today, how about if I go ahead and attempt a box jump burpee. You can do any burpee variation you want, with or without a push-up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what burpee variation you do, but it does matter that you do your bonus burpee. That's mandatory. That's the thing that completes the workout. So hopefully I have enough strength in my quads to jump up and onto the bench. Wish me luck. You do whatever burpee variation you want. Whenever you're ready, here we go. Final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's go ahead and just do a quick cool down together. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. Just bringing one arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulder is relaxed. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. And make sure you're focusing on your breathing. We're trying to slow down the breathing. So think about breathing all the way down to your belly button. Let's get the other shoulder. So bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your arm is relaxed. Make sure your shoulder is relaxed. Really feel that stretch. And do your best to keep moving. You can pace. You can shake out the legs, or you could just shift your weight from foot to foot. Just want to keep the circulation going. So try to keep moving while we're doing this little bit of light stretching so that you keep the circulation going while you're allowing your heart rate to come down a little bit And while you're allowing your breathing to normalize, do a quick tricep stretch. So bending one arm, place your hand on your elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Your free hand should be relaxed, and make sure your fingers are pointing straight down at the ground. You don't want this hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. Make sure your fingers are pointing straight down, and just gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in your triceps. Let's get the other side. So bending the opposite arm, place your hand on your elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Your free hand is relaxed, fingers are pointing straight down at the ground. You're breathing mindfully, and make sure you keep moving. Shake out the legs, shift your weight from foot to foot, or you can pace back and forth. Whatever works for you. Let's finish with a quick quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, go ahead and hold on to your park bench or your plyo box or your chair for support, or a tree or the wall, whatever's available to you. If you don't need to hold on to something for support, you don't have to. You're just going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, and grab a hold of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek. Really, really press it in there. Feel that stretch in your quad muscles. And as you do that, you want to be tucking your tailbone under. So think about kind of tucking your booty underneath you and trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As you're doing that, you're continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. It's going to instantly intensify that stretch as you isolate your quad muscles more effectively, but you're also going to feel that stretch extend all the way up into your hip flexors. So let's get the other side. Switching legs, bend the opposite knee, bring the foot behind you, reach behind you and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek, and as you do that, you're tucking your booty underneath you, tilting your pelvis forward, sucking that belly button back towards your spine, continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. Really feel that stretch in your quads, and extending all the way up to your hip flexors, and come out of it. All right, one more time. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Have a nice little laugh at me and my janky ass tripod. That's it. That's our little cool down. If you feel like you're still breathing heavily, your heart rate is still elevated, that's fine. You can continue to pace around for a couple more minutes. You can continue to do a little more light stretching. That's great. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you are taking the time to stretch every day. It's going to help alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It's also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward, and it's going to improve your flexibility. So if you have the time to stretch right now, immediately after the workout is always going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done, because your muscles are nice and warm. But if you don't have time right now, that's fine. It doesn't matter what you do for your stretching routine. It doesn't matter when you get your stretching done, just as long as you're getting it done at some point during the day. Just remember that if you do put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again. So you're going to need to take a minute to warm them back up. But just make sure that you are taking the time to stretch every day, and make sure that you are doing so safely. But that's it. That's the workout. And now it is Mobility Monday, so I found another mobility challenge. I think I found this one on YouTube. So I'm going to go grab my phone. We will watch the YouTube short together so that you can see what it looks like, understand what we are about to attempt, and then we'll go ahead and try it together. All right, so I am watching the YouTube short right now. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. We'll watch it a couple of times together so that we understand the movement, and then we can go ahead and try it. All right, fitness test, mobility. So she is starting with her feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and her arms are extended out in front of her. Then she's inching her feet together so that they're about shoulder width apart, and doing another squat. And then she is bringing her feet and her legs together, and she's doing 2 squats with her feet and her legs together. Let's watch it again. So starting with the feet a little bit wider than shoulder width, arms extended out in front, sinking down into the squat, and now stand, inch the feet in so they're about shoulder width apart. Arms are still extended out in front, another squat, and now feet and knees together. One more squat, and now keeping the feet and the knees pressed together, extending the arms up overhead and doing another squat. Thumbs up, nicely done. So that's the challenge, pretty simple. So we're starting with our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. We're squatting here, we're inching the feet a little closer, and then it looks like for the last two, not only were her feet together, but she had her knees pressed together as well. So I don't know if that's part of it, but I mean, they weren't exactly pressed together. They're not touching the whole time, but they're pretty much together. So I'm going to do my best to keep my knees kind of pressed together while I attempt those last two squats. But that's it, pretty simple. So I'll talk us through the first time, nice and slowly, but let's go ahead and give this a shot. We'll see what happens. All right, so here we go. Attempt number one. I'm on a little bit of an incline here. Hopefully that doesn't affect me. We are starting with our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You're going to extend your arms out in front of you. And now from here, we're going to sink down into our squat. So remember to keep your back flat and keep the weight in your heels as you're coming down into your squat. So push that booty back, come down into the squat, and then we're going to press our heels into the ground to stand. So far, so good. Now we have to start inching our feet closer together. So for this next one, you're going to inch your feet a little bit closer so that they're about shoulder width apart, or hip width apart maybe. And now we're going to keep our arms extended out in front, and we'll sink down into another squat. So pushing that booty back, keep your back flat, keep the weight in your heels, come down into your squat, and press your heels into the ground to stand. Now, bring the feet together all the way so that they're touching, and try not to allow your knees to kind of splay out to the sides. Try to keep your thighs and your knees pressed together as much as possible as well. I'm gonna really keep the legs as close together as you can, arms extended out to the front, and now pushing that booty back. Keep your back flat, keep the weight in your heels as you come down into your squat, and then press your heels into the ground to stand. And now for this final squat, we're going to do that same thing, but instead of having our arms extended in front of us, we're going to extend our arms up overhead. So now, final squat, push the booty back, keep those feet together, keep those legs and knees together too if you can. Press your heels into the ground to stand, and that's it. I think we did it. All right, so that was our first attempt. If you were not successful, remember warped wall rules, so that means we get 2 more tries. If you were successful, let's work on cleaning it up a little bit, and let's work on picking up the pace a little bit now that I've talked us through our first attempt. So as soon as you're ready, here we go, attempt number 2. So we're starting with our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, arms extended out in front of you. Now push your booty back, make sure you're keeping your back flat, keeping the weight in your heels as you sink down into your squat. Press your heels into the ground to stand. Now bring the feet in a little bit so that they're about shoulder width apart. Your arms are extended out in front of you still. Push the booty back. Back stays flat, weight stays in the heels as you come down into your squat. Press your heels into the ground to stand. And now let's bring the feet all the way together. Do your best to kind of press your knees together as well. And now we're going to do one final squat with our arms extended out in front. And stand. And now we're going to extend our arms up overhead. Keep those feet pressed together. Keep your knees pressed together as you come down for one final squat. Press your heels into the ground to stand. And that's it. We did it. For me, this one is pretty easy. It's testing hip mobility, ankle mobility. I'm pretty strong there, but she was saying like 95% of people would not be able to do that final variation. I have no idea where those stats came from. I have no idea how accurate that is. So hopefully your second attempt was at least a little bit better than the first. If you still haven't gotten it, we get one more chance. So let's go ahead and give it one final shot. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. One more deep breath. And as soon as you're ready, here we go. This is our third and final attempt. So starting with your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, extend your arms out in front of you. Now push the booty back. Make sure you're keeping your back flat, keeping the weight in your heels as you come down into that squat. Press your heels into the ground to stand. Now bring the feet a little bit closer so that they're about shoulder width apart. Your arms are still extended out in front of you. You're keeping your back flat. You're keeping the weight in your heels as you come down into your squat, pressing the heels into the ground to stand. Now, can you do one with your feet touching and your legs close together? Come down into your squat. Keep those knees pressing together if you can. Press your heels into the ground to stand. And now one final attempt with our arms extended up overhead. Keep pressing your feet and your legs together. Push that booty back. Back stays flat. Weight stays in the heels as you come down into your squat. Press into the ground to stand, and that's it. We did it. All right, so that is another successful Monday mobility challenge in the books for me. You'll have to let me know how you did with it. Were you successful? Did you find this mobility challenge particularly challenging? I thought it was a little bit on the easier side, so I will be curious to hear what you thought of it and how you did with it. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear about today's workout, about the format and how everything fits together, if you have questions about any of the exercises that we were doing today, any doubts about how to do the exercises correctly, I am right here to help. So please just ask. And also, please make sure that if you do take this workout to the park, to remember that the park is a shared space. So if you cannot find a camera angle where you're not recording other people, it's maybe not the best idea to record your workout at the park. If you do want to record your workout and people are going to be in the background, please get their permission and please clean up after yourself. So this nice park bench that people are going to come and sit on, I got it all dirty by stepping on it and jumping on it. So I brought a towel with me and I am going to take a few minutes to just clean this off so that other people can come and enjoy this park bench the way it is meant to be enjoyed. So please remember that if you are doing your workout in a shared space, to please be respectful of the other people who are using that space. Good as new. That is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is "this whole courtroom's out of order." So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says "this whole courtroom is out of order." That is going to do it for today. I will see you next time. Bye.